story, and I just want to give you a quick overview, 8 or 10 minutes of my fish room, of what I've done, what my fish tanks look like now. And here's my community tank. Excuse me, and it has actually my male guppies in it right now, my female platies, bunch of baby platies. It has I have Siamese algae eaters, autocinklus, coolie loaches, bristlenose pleco pair, which have bred, and more about that later. I'll actually have pictures, I think, of the eggs near the end of this video. These are the goldfish. They came in from the pond just a couple days ago. They'll stay in until probably March. And this is my guppy / other community tank. I have baby guppies in here, and I just discovered a couple days ago baby shrimp. So there's a lot of breeding going on in this tank too. It's hard to find the baby guppies, so there will probably be some pictures later or video later of a couple baby guppies. They hide out in that Java moss down there with the baby shrimp. Actually, there's some adult shrimp right there. I only had 5 adult shrimp in here to start with, so it'll be interesting to see how many of the babies survive and where it goes from here. I have this Java moss on top of a little container with some larger stones in it to create hidey holes for baby critters, and it partially hides my sponge filter right behind it. I have a sponge filter operated by a battery backup on every one of the big fish tanks. I have 5 altogether. There's my neon tetras, and I have lots of snails in here. Also, Siamese algae eaters in this tank, 2 of them. There's an emerald green cory back there, and 2 skunk cories. And I have also a pair of bristlenose plecos in this tank. Let me see. So it's bristlenose plecos, guppies, neon tetras, shrimp, 3 different kinds of snails. I think that's everybody in this tank. I'll just let you enjoy it here for a second. And I only had 3 fully adult very pregnant female guppies in here, and some juveniles and a few babies. And then this is where my other angelfish resides, and also my lone male swordtail, my male rainbow wag platies, and a couple of crooked-backed little female guppies that came with some guppies I got for free not too long ago. I've got them separated from the rest of the guppies in this tank. This used to be, or is supposed to be, my quarantine tank, but because my 2 angels didn't get along, they ended up in separate tanks. Good view of my trash cans back there. I have, like I said, I have air or a air operated sponge filter in every tank. I have a sponge filter in every tank, but I have also extra air stones in some of them to keep everything highly oxygenated for the kinds of fish that I have. In that first community tank we looked at, I also had, besides the coolie loaches, I also had a hill stream loach, and they all need highly oxygenated water. This is of course, my Betta. His fins are in really bad shape. They shredded almost immediately after bringing him home from the store several months ago, and he's stayed healthy, eating all that stuff, but I cannot get his fins healed. I've tried everything. So if you guys think of anything that works for your fish, put them down in the comments, would you? These are the eggs from my spawning pair of bristlenose. It's my first time, and they actually got removed because of an accident. I didn't mean to take them away, but so they ended up there. We'll see what happens in the next few days. Here's some of the baby guppies. And there were some, I had a dark gray with some blue accents female that was pregnant, a red-tailed silvery female that was pregnant, and a half black female. And these babies look like they could have been from all of them, or at least a couple of them, because some of them are very gray and some are very pink. More baby guppies and snails, and my little spotted swordtail. Sword plant, I'm sorry. And some more pictures of the neon tetras. Trying to find the babies here. This is not the most exciting video in that respect, but there are babies in here, trust me. There were this morning, they were all over the place. Now, when I want pictures of them, they're nowhere. Please forgive looking at the nasty, dirty gravel. It's kind of hard to gravel vac when you've got baby shrimp and baby fish everywhere. There's one of the shrimp down there. It was like a half-grown shrimp, and there's some more babies in the background back there, but they're not getting caught by the camera for some reason. But so this is my kind of my jungle tank, if you will. It's supposed to mimic kind of a river, an Amazonian river, I guess, without the black water. I actually have a little pump in there creating flow from one end of the tank to the other. Plus I have a sponge filter and a hang on the back filter in here. And their water's in very, very good shape. Very good, no ammonia, no nitrites, some nitrates, but I've got more plants in here now since I checked it last. So hopefully the nitrates have gone down. I think so, because look at the shrimp and the babies and stuff that are all surviving in here. Everything seems real healthy. There's a gray and a pink one side by side. And my tanks are full of algae, etc. That's on purpose. It's not because I'm a bad fish tank keeper. It's because I have lots of off-walks grazers and algae eaters in my tanks, and critters that love the other little critters that live in all that stuff. So I try to keep the front glass as clean as possible so I can watch the animals, but I leave as much algae as possible so that they have plenty besides dried fish food and stuff to eat. And that's one of the babies. This picture makes it look really big, but if you know anything about Java moss, you can see how tiny that shrimp is.